Hi, welcome to Cape Media News Insights. I'm Christian Garnett, here with Livia Monteforte. Hi.
Hi.
Could you tell us a bit about yourself and what you do here?
Absolutely. My name is Livia Monteforte. I am the team lead and vice president of the Freitas Monteforte Group at Compass. And Compass Real Estate is a national company that's all over the country, top agents performing in all the top markets.
It's not a surprise to anybody, especially you, that the housing market, especially here on Cape Cod, was very much shaken up by the pandemic.
Absolutely. We've seen an amazing surge in the housing market here on the Cape. Mm-hmm. And it was a huge transition from what it was previously. We were dealing with 6 months of inventory, and we dropped immediately. I think if this surge taught anyone anything, it's that the time to act is now. I know a lot of buyers and a lot of sellers have regrets that they didn't act soon enough, that they didn't make that bid on the house they really wanted. So what it's really helped people in living the life they've always wanted to live. It was always a distant dream to move to Cape Cod. The pandemic kind of sped that dream up. And what we're finding is people that are looking for their beach house, they're able to act now.
What makes Cape Cod so desirable?
A huge part of what makes the Cape so desirable, I think, is proximity to water. You know, negative ions are good for our health. You've got these beautiful beaches, sunsets, sand, sea, sun, everything that people want. Mm-hmm. But Cape Cod also offers this quintessential New England lifestyle. We've got beautiful towns, we've got wonderful eateries, we've got shopping, we've got beautiful trails and bike paths, and a quality of life that I think most people at some point in their lives want to take advantage of, but it's usually post-retirement. And that's a great question because it's also another lesson that was learned during this pandemic-fueled housing shortage. Live it now.
Right. Yeah, I think that people probably do appreciate Cape Cod more, especially because it's hard to even live here now.
It is because of housing, yes.
Right. When it comes to moving to Cape Cod or purchasing new property on Cape Cod, how can buyers vet neighborhoods?
That can be very challenging, especially because the Cape has so many different towns and character and charm. How do you narrow down what you want? One of the first things I tell my buyers is drive around the different areas. Mm-hmm. If you have a seasoned agent, most of the agents will have a suggested driving tour you should do, because what's incredible about Cape Cod is we have cities, we have our towns, but we also have villages in every town. And every village has a different charm, different character, offers something different. So for a buyer trying to vet, you want to get to know that town. It's good to do research about taxes, what amenities are included, also what beaches are available, the school systems, shopping, what's offered year-round versus what's seasonal. There's a lot of different things to know, but a good agent will help navigate that process as well.
So what sort of research can be done online by potential buyers?
That is a good question, and there's a lot of research that can be done online. You can find out information on the school systems. You can find out information on the different neighborhoods, looking into the different cities, towns, what they offer. A great thing to look at is tax rates, because shockingly, Cape Cod has some of the lowest taxes in the state. Additionally, look into beaches. Determine what beaches are offered in the town.
Why beaches? I understand looking into school districts, but why beaches?
A lot of buyers come to the Cape for beaches, but your version of what might be important in a beach could be different. Some buyers like freshwater beaches. Other buyers want saltwater. Some like Cape Cod Bay, the cooler water of the bay, and the beautiful scenery. Others like the more swimmable south side of the Cape and the beaches there off the Sound. So you want to look into what do you prefer, what is your preference, but then also what beaches are offered in the town, because towns offer beach stickers, and with that beach sticker you're able as a resident to use those beaches. Some towns offer more variety than others, and if that's important to you, it's nice to know what's available.
Now that bidding wars are returning to Cape Cod, how can buyers and sellers negotiate effectively?
It's amazing, isn't it, that bidding wars are already coming back. What we're seeing is you want to have an agent on your side that is able to understand what matters most to the seller. So if you're negotiating a bidding war, you want to understand, is it timing? Is it price? Is it terms? What is really going to be a meeting of the minds and benefiting both parties? A huge part of that is the initial conversation, agent to agent, but then also in the way you write up the offer. It may not just be having the highest price. It might be offering a lease back to a seller if they're trying to procure other housing. It might be offering terms or withdrawing some terms that might not be appealing to the seller. But a seasoned agent can help you navigate that and understand how to best present your highest and best offer to a seller.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So Cape Cod's always been desirable, but what has made it so much more in these past few years?
I think a big reason why people have come to the Cape is what I had mentioned before. It's always been a distant dream. It was something they were going to do. Come to the salt, sand, and sea. Get that life you've always wanted. The availability, the proximity to two major cities. We're within driving distance of both Providence and Boston. We're also close enough to drive from New York and parts of Connecticut. It's made it attainable for people. It's living the life you've always wanted to in a place that offers miles and miles of ocean and scenery that's just gorgeous. Also towns that have a lot of amenities that make year-round living very comfortable and enjoyable.
So now, a personal question.
Yes.
How long have you been on Cape Cod?
I'm a bit of a wash ashore because I came to the Cape in 5th grade. So I came to the Cape in 5th grade and I ended up staying. I did do a brief sojourn over to Rhode Island.
Okay.
I lived there while keeping a house here, but in 2012 we were back full time.
Awesome.
Yeah, raising our kids here, we love it.
What else should buyers and sellers be aware of right now?
There is some proposed regulations with Title V right now that are good for buyers and sellers to both be aware of. The state of Massachusetts is proposing an amendment to our Title V, which is septic system regulations, to help clean up our gorgeous waterways. It's something necessary. It's something that is an honor living on the Cape to have clean waterways. It's something we want to take. It comes with the territory. That being said, what the proposed amendment is they're going to look at areas. Cape Cod is very much in an area with close proximity to water, and they're going to require upgraded Title V systems. What they're doing, though, is towns can apply for a watershed permit, and most of the Cape towns are already actively working to remedy the septic situation. When they apply for a watershed permit, if accepted by the state, homeowners will have up to 20 years to upgrade the system. While that's running, towns are also rolling out sewer lines. So there's a good chance sewer will be here before someone needs to upgrade a septic system, but it's good to do research on it so you're well aware of what's being proposed.
How has life changed on Cape Cod in the past few years? And another question is, how has the real estate market changed over the past few years?
Overall, I think the change is we have more year-round residents. So our infrastructures have had to adjust a little bit. Our roadways, our school systems, our medical systems have had to augment and become more. That being said, for year-round Cape Codders, we like it. It's given us more opportunity. We also see new eateries and shops and different things opening up, which are wonderful. In terms of the real estate market, one notable change is historically we had 6 months plus of inventory, and that's considered a balanced market. 4 months is considered a healthy market. We're at 1.5 months of inventory. So you can see this, the demand is far greater than the supply right now, which is why if you're thinking of selling, it's the time to do it. If you're thinking of buying, grab it now so you can get your little slice of Cape Cod.
You said you live in Osterville?
I do.
If you could live anywhere else on Cape Cod, where would it be? And for what reason?
It's tricky. I'm a realtor. I know all the reasons why you want to live in all these towns.
That's why I'm asking.
There's so many different options for homeowners. So I've lived in Falmouth, in West Falmouth. I adore Falmouth. I have clients that live in Chatham. I love their town. I honestly can picture myself living in almost any town on Cape Cod, but I am very happy in Osterville. There's really nowhere like Cape Cod. Cape Cod is one of the most beautiful places in the world, I'd venture to
It's
say.
really unique. I think it's the
is.
most beautiful place I've lived.
Agreed?
For sure.
Agreed. That's why I'm raising my kids here.
Well, Livia, thank you so much for joining us today. I'm Christian Garnett, and this is Cape Media News Insights.